One nation under God. That wasn't added into our Pledge of Allegiance until the 1950s.
It actually started with Abraham Lincoln and the Gettysburg
And the
Address.
phrase printed on all of our money, "In God we trust," again, the 1950s.
If our currency offends you so much, why not spend less of it? Not only would you learn to save, but you might just learn the value of self-reliance versus government dependency.
Excellent retort.
And while our money says, "In God we trust," it's clear where your trust lies, in the pursuit of power, and not in the principles that shape this nation.
Hello, hello. How you doing today?
Good. How are you? Where are you coming from?
We're in Dallas, Texas.
Nice.
We're so excited to have you on today with us because I can't think of a more timely movie right about now. It's kind of not the movie we want. This is the movie we need, right?
Yeah. Well, I mean, it's been 10 years since the first God's Not Dead movie came out. It's hard to believe. 2014, and here we are. We're still doing it. Why? People say, well, why? Well, Fast and Furious can do 10, so, we can keep going. No, but what we've found is that, every movie, it's the God's Not Dead franchise, really, these movies tend to drop right in the middle of culture with what our country's going through at the time. Unbeknownst to, obviously we plan these things a little bit, but we have no idea how they're going to drop so perfectly timed with whatever it is that's going on. And so this movie, definitely deals with election. It deals with the 50 million, actually 40 million, sorry, the stat says 40 million American Christians that don't vote in presidential elections. And where do Christians and politics intersect, and should they? So I think the movie is perfect for such a time as this.
Well, you got to be excited, both of you, to get this out there in the world. Of course, the series means a lot to you. But what does this particular movie mean to you?
Yeah, well, for the reasons that, excuse me, that David just said, that the 40 million Christians don't vote, and I think it's important that they do. I was been involved politically for a while now, and I don't like the direction that our country is going in. And I think if the people that, even gun owners, a lot of gun owners don't vote, and you put those two groups together, and I think you affect real change here. And I think that's what's needed. And when David sent me the script, I said, yeah, absolutely. I mean, I'm here to help. I'm here to help my country. I'm here to affect change.
Yeah, and both of you have been doing things on such a high level that people look up to, and they think, see, now that's what I want to do. But you guys just make it look easy. So, what advice would each of you have for somebody that wants to follow in your footsteps, and what each of you do?
What advice? Don't get in it.
Yeah. I always say, if you can think of anything, because so many people come up and they say, hey, I just want to go into entertainment, and the joke to me is hey, if you can think of anything else that you could do and be happy, do that.
Yeah, it's a very, very, very tough business, but if you hit it, it's a great business. So you got to always have a backup.
Yeah, it's good sage-like advice. I like it. Well, you guys will both like this. So my co-host is Drew Pearson, who's one of our great Dallas Cowboys, caught the Hail Mary, went in the Hall of Fame. And so he wanted me to make sure that I asked both of you your Hail Mary moment, which is that moment in your life or career where you just had to go for it and it worked out for you. What do you suppose that was for each of you?
Well, I grew up on a wheat farm in Dodge, right outside of Dodge City, Kansas. My father was a Mennonite pastor. I saw one movie in the theater the first 18 years of my life. So I was the last guy that probably should have ended up in Los Angeles and Hollywood making movies. But so that really was my Hail Mary. I went to Bible school and I left after a year, and I was 19 and walked into Los Angeles and dove right into the entertainment industry. And so I never would have imagined where God would take me through this process, but it's been an incredible ride, not easy all the time, but I'm so grateful and thankful that I reached up and I caught the pass, apparently.
Good answer. My Hail Mary is I just want to do the best job that I can do for my daughter. That's my Hail Mary.
Yeah, oh, I love that. Well, part of that is in this business is having that success mindset. Whether or not you're feeling it or not, because sometimes it's tough. Sometimes there are mountains in front of us, and so what do you keep in mind that keeps you both on the right path even when things are tough?
Well, I mean, I think that question kind of resonates with what this movie is about. At the core, it's faith. Where does your faith play into those, into your life when times are tough, when there seems to be so many barriers coming against you with what you're trying to achieve or even just live in life. I believe God is faithful. I believe God has a perfect plan.